Yo and hello, everybody. Mike here, baseball collector, and welcome to a late night episode of Beyond Cardboard. This is my 20th episode, and I have been waiting a long time to get my guests tonight on Beyond Cardboard. I've been asking them for years, literally, and they always keep turning me down. Their appearance fee is way too much, and I just can't afford it. But since they were on Hobby Palooza and that dumpster fire, then their prices got a lot cheaper. And so my people talked to their people, and I was able to secure them in spite of their incredibly hectic and busy schedules to be on Beyond Cardboard tonight. And I'm excited because it's kind of a 2-for-1. These guys always go together because you just know them as Mark STOF Collector right there.
Hey.
And the Bob Lewis YouTube Sports Card Hall of Famer, class of 2020. Hi, guys.
Dude, how did you put that jacket on so fast? Like,
dude, it's never that far from me. So
nice.
And it's cold in my attic.
Well, so have you guys seen Beyond Cardboard before? Do you know what we're going to do tonight?
I'm a religious viewer. I've seen every episode. Everyone.
Well, if you have to pee, you need to do it now because
I got a catheter hooked in. I'm ready to go, dude.
Ooh,
Sitting on a bucket. I got a catheter in. I'm ready.
So we got Lou here, Ron Fig. Can you guys see the comments?
I got my laptop up.
Dave is here. Alex is here. Dave, did y'all see Dave's episode on JT's channel? That was about the Josh Johnson Super Collection and stuff.
It's on my watch later.
Yet.
My whole, I was talking about this earlier. My whole list on YouTube. I have like so many videos I need to watch.
Well, it was really good. It was good. You need to watch it. So yeah, let's just get into some Beyond Cardboard. So this is a show where all of you out there, you get to learn more about these guys and what makes them tick and how they work. And Beyond Cardboard, we all know what they collect and stuff. We're going to get into that a little bit just in case you're not familiar and you've been living under a rock and don't know who Bob Lewis and STOF Sport. I keep wanting to call you STOF Sports, man. It's just such a habit ingrained in my brain.
It's good.
But
I mean, you get 2 more slip ups.
Okay.
And then the price goes up.
No, then we're out of here. We discussed this.
We're out. I need the money though. So
we're storming out.
Getting out. Well, and we'll just kind of alternate who gets to go first, because if I let Mark go first every time, Bob, we'll never get out of here.
Careful what you ask for.
I think you should let the Hall of Famer go first. He's got home field advantage for the rest of the stream.
This is his brainchild. So
well, Bob, why don't you start by just telling everybody kind of your journey in collecting and
all right.
Started.
Yeah, so 1990 was probably the first year, and it was really just packs of cards, Topps football, Topps baseball at the gas station after football practice, So that was my first. That was my first stab at like starting to build my collection. I can remember getting the Ken Griffey Jr. card with the trophy on it. It looked special. And then in football, it was a Barry Sanders All-Pro card and had like an orange banner at the top. It's actually one of my wallet cards. So I don't know. And then when you introduced the price guide, the Beckett, it was kind of, I don't know. Early on, I attached value to cards and kind of treated them as such, So it's kind of a strange way to start, I think. I think I don't know, man, because, well, there's more to that story, but I think, like my dad had he had like 5 basketball cards from the 80-81 set and like one 1984 Topps Joe Montana. And they were sitting there, and I asked him about them, and he pulled out an old Tough Stuff and like showed me how to look them up. And, the Montana had like $3 by it. So just kind of, and then he had a Kevin McHale rookie card, and I was explaining to me like that's that person's first card, and it's more special than other cards. But that's it in a nutshell, and it just kind of grew from there. A lot of packs, a lot of fun nights opening packs with the dad, watching Shop at Home, Dawn West, all of that stuff. We were in deep early and uh, chased a lot of Eric Lindros and Shaquille O'Neal because they were going to change the face of the hobby, and we bought in big time. So fun times though, for sure.
I love it when you do videos with your dad, by the way.
Thanks, man. Yeah, the dude is the man.
Yeah, that's awesome. You got to keep doing that.
Yeah, just do that as much as you can. Not only
Appreciate it.
It's more of a timestamp, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's
Definitely
a memory that's just it never goes away, right?
I've gotten, and I'm very thankful. I've gotten a lot of like side comments and emails, or just out of nowhere, really. Hey, I really enjoy those videos, and all the same sentiments of like cherish those times, for sure. So I don't take that for granted at all.
And Mark, since you don't really collect anything,
I was just going to say
a short answer, right?
It actually is a short answer. All joking aside, I always hear people answer this, and it makes me kind of like, do I have a bad memory, or am I not like a true collector? But like everyone's always like, it was 1992, and I was in a White Hen pantry, and I had a can of Yoo-Hoo, and I saw a glistening pack. Like I don't remember where it started. As far back as I can remember, I remember opening packs of cards. Like I think the first cards I remember looking at were like collectabooks, and I was probably like 7 or something. And then from then on out, it was off and on. I really got into it in probably like the late 90s. So when I was in middle school, and then like everybody, like most collectors, once I hit high school, like when I found my old cards, it was like the year I hit high school was like the last year I had cards. And then I picked it up in like 2011, which theoretically was a great year to get back into it, but I didn't get anything good. And then and then it was not until like 2015 that I got back in, and I haven't left.
Nice. Well, what Mark, I'll start with you. I know where you live, but who are your favorite teams, favorite players?
Do you have my address?
What sets do you love?
I'm a White Sox fan, which means that today is a tough day. The White Sox signed Tony La Russa, which is probably the most confusing managerial hire in the history of the game. And I challenge anybody to find a more confusing manager hire.
He's a spry 76-year-old.
You got a nice young team. None of them were alive the last time he coached the White Sox in 1986, which is the year I was born even. But anyway, I'm sure that will go real, real well. So I'm a White Sox fan. Favorite sets of all time, I really like 68 Topps, and probably because I heard so many people hating on it, and then Topps Heritage came out. What was that, like 2017? And I was like, I think I like these. I think I'm going to put together my first vintage set, just into the kind of burlap sack look. I like 75 Topps, and I don't know. Besides that, I like a little bit of everything, but I mainly just do White Sox players.
Mr. Lewis, same question.
Yes, Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh Steelers, Pirates, Penguins a little bit, more in the 90s. But I enjoyed collecting Randy Moss. Again, Shaquille O'Neal, Curtis Martin. He was a local guy, played at Pitt. But I just enjoyed collecting the hot rookies, hot stars of each era that I was in,
Austin Meadows.
Yeah, Austin Meadows today. Pick up some of the young Pirates. I do feel like there's something beginning to happen there. They've made a lot of moves, some exciting young talent for us, and we get the number 1 pick, so there's always hope there. Some of my favorite sets, I don't know if that was one of the questions, but
it was.
Yeah, all right. So my vintage wise, my first 2 vintage cards were a 1958 Clemente and a 1958 Mantle. So those kind of portrait cards are just like those player pictures against a big, color backdrop. And I found it interesting that there were like variations in like the colors of the name, whether it was a yellow letter or a white letter. Like, so I remember kind of getting into that. If I did do a vintage set, that might be the one I would put together. Um, I liked everything. I was real easy to please. I liked what had cool cards in it, one set that I remember by the finest basketball from 1996, 97. That was one. That was Kobe Bryant's rookie year and Shaq's first year in the Lakers. So that was kind of a cool set. A lot of chase cards in there for my dad and I remember opening up the Kobe refractor rookie at Eaton Park one night, which was just a local restaurant. So that set sticks out in my mind.
Yeah, Julie tells me that all the time, that I'm easy to please, but that's because I'm old. And see,
Lou Rock TV from the top ropes in the comments, by the way. That was a pretty good burn he had.
We that's why we're doing this so late at night, because all the kids should be asleep by now and we can have a little fun with this. But that doesn't help them to watch it on playback tomorrow. But hey, whatever.
Whatevs.
As we're going through this, guys, if y'all have questions for Mark or Bob, write them in the comments and we will.
Mark.
They are open to any questions that you want to ask. They have told me they are completely ready to talk about anything you want. So both of you guys are mainly baseball guys, though, really, I think. And that's kind of where your collecting focus is. Is there a part of the hobby, a niche that you wish you would have started that you never did?
You can start, Bob.
I see a lot of the player collectors from the 90s enjoying those rare 90s inserts, and I kind of feel left out that I can't really say that I've got a guy from that era that, like, I like Piazza, I like Tony Gwynn, but not enough to go after them in the way that like a Maguire collector does, or whoever, pick your player from that era. So I see a lot of people and a lot of chatter and a lot of focus on that area of the hobby, and I got nothing to really like speak of in that regard. So I feel like I'm missing out there a little bit.
I have been yep, let me just take a look. Oh, never gets old. I wish I started with vintage cards, and honestly, I haven't really started. I wish I would have started collecting vintage cards earlier and autographs earlier, because I kind of had a watch list of cards that I wanted to pick up, like vintage White Sox cards, and like everything else in the hobby, they've like quintupled in price, and it's hard for me to pay 5 times the target price that I put on my little Google sheet, So my answer would be vintage. I really want to start kind of building up my vintage collection.
There's something I see some guys doing, and y'all both have great teams that this would be cool to do, is the all-time tops set for your teams, right?
Is it because our teams suck, so the players are cheap?
No, they've just been around a long time, and you could go back all the way back to the beginning,
Bob's doing that, and I just started.
Yeah.
I would say I'm probably 35% or maybe 40% of the way through, from 1952 to today.
I just got the very first White Sox card ever made with my green screen. It's 1951 Topps. It's the first White Sox card in the set, Al Zarilla. So I am doing that, and Bob's doing it too.
I do it for the Rangers, but we've only been around since '72, so it's much. Yeah.
Right.
But I just think that's a cool thing for someone to do.
I stole it from Mike O.
Yeah.
Name drop.
Yeah, Mike O. That was one of the coolest videos, man. When he goes through the entire binder, I was like, you're allowed to do that? What? I
just recently picked up my 8-pocket sleeves for like the 54 and those other cards.
Those are expensive back then, man. Those, like, when you're talking early 50s, high numbers of guys you've never heard of, it's like, man, it was kind of dawning on me as I was looking at this list, like going back to like, I don't know, basically when the designation for vintage, like pre-81, like you can get, I don't know, like an entire decade for like $20, but then it just goes up exponentially back to the early 50s. It's crazy.
What do y'all consider vintage? I like to ask this on my podcast, but what do y'all define as vintage?
Pretty much the traditional view. I include 1980 and before.
Yeah, that's just because when I got back into the hobby, I think I saw that so many times that settled in, and that makes sense to me. Just
I'm not of the floating like marker, like as we get in time. Oh, the cards from 1990 are now vintage. I don't know.
They're gonna
Kind of their own era, right?
Yeah, like the steroid era, the whatever, the dead ball era 2.0, and all that stuff.
Yeah, I've kind of lopped them into eras too, but you have to go watch.
We're in the ultra modern era now.
That's what PSA is saying. Right?
and then the next era will be the ultra modern, and you just go from there. It's gonna be wild.
So, Mark, what's your kind of dream item that you would love to have?
Probably a Shoeless Joe card, 1916.
Cracker Jack or something?
No, it's the one with all the different backs. Yep. But it's his player like era card, 1916. That would be amazing. And actually one came up for sale that was like an SGCA, and it's pretty adorable, like how naive I am. I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to make this happen. Like, I'm going to put a snipe in here, and if I win it, I'll make it happen. Like, I'm going to sell some cards or whatever. And I put like $800 in, and it sold for like $3,300. Besides that, probably the no name on front Frank Thomas. That's like obligatory bucket list item for like a White Sox collector.
I'm really glad that we are just
shut up, Alex,
showing people how much Mark actually knows about cards.
Yeah, I should probably stop.
Yeah, because we've exhausted his knowledge at this
exactly
point.
It's done. It's cashed.
10 minutes into the stream, and we can't go anymore. By the way, any super chats that are given tonight, we're going to buy a bottle of liquor for Mark to drink on the next live stream. So.
What a nice surprise. Man, things are looking up. 2020 has been horrible, but 2020
looking up.
You just made up for all of 2020.
There you go. Well, we'll see if we actually get any super chats. That'll if the answer is $0. Bob, dream item for you. I know you got one of yours earlier this year, your Clemente rookie, but
yeah, that was I was gonna say that definitely was atop the list. So the next biggest rookie in that run would probably be the Stargell rookie, which I don't have. So I got my eye out for that. I missed getting the Walter Payton rookie at the National last time. So, and all that, the jumps that all that stuff has seen, I don't know. I might have to bump myself down to a 5, but that's been one I've always wanted as well. Dream items like. I'd love to have a Trout rookie. Do you know what I mean? Like that's a dream item for me if he is who everybody thinks he is. I mean, he's sure. I don't know, man.
He's pretty good. I
don't have one. Yeah, he's pretty good, right?
He's okay.
So, but at this point, I've kind of like come to terms with like I've got a lot of nice cards, and like I'm happy with what I got. I don't like to really go down those roads of feeling bitter if I don't have something or I missed something,
Gotcha.
Not trying to sound, whatever.
What about in the hobby? If you guys could have a dream job in the hobby, what would it be?
I don't mean to be sappy, but when I started my channel, I didn't envision like making this many friends and like connecting with people. This is my dream job within the hobby, like me and Bob's our last episode. Oh, wait a second, we got an alarm. Hey, how many people are watching right now? Because we got to settle a side bet.
43.
43.
Oh, I lost. we thought there'd be a lot less people after 20 minutes.
Yeah, I
Probably
set the
because we're
over.
behaving. It's probably because we're behaving, you know.
$2 from
Yeah.
Kevin Jones.
Okay,
Nice.
seriously, don't. Okay, I'm gonna feel bad if people donate.
Buy you a bottle of liquor. I'm serious. I'm going to get you.
Okay, I hope nobody else donates. No, but seriously, like me and Bob, you know, our podcast, our last episode, we had 6 downloads. Like this is exceeded all dreams in the hobby. So exactly. Honestly, like this is I have reached whatever my dreams are and exceeded on YouTube. So I'm being dead serious.
Dude,
like
that's
I have friends
happy.
I have friends that I text, you know, like when I started this, I never would have imagined that. Like it's really cool.
Yeah, will you delete my number from your phone? I'm tired of
Yeah.
you texting me all the time. So
Yeah, my dream job would. I mean, I don't know if I'd like the. I'm leery of like the job and hobby. So because I don't think I could pull it off really. But like if I had the ability to like sell stuff that wouldn't it be to like have your own hobby shop? I mean, geez, if you could sit around and just sort cards all day and talk cards, and I mean, that's like I'd have a hobby shop / like vinyl record store and talk about music and cards all day. Maybe like a rack. Nobody buys DVDs anymore, but like I would have like ones that were nobody else knew about, like snobby DVDs
And like laser
know.
discs.
right,
awesome.
right.
you'd have to have Zombie there doing the DVD sales for you.
Yeah, I mean, is he good for business? I don't know.
I don't know if he'd be good for business, but he'd be like, "Hey, Jason, this guy's asking about some weird movie in the 80s." And then he'd be like, "Actually, that's interesting you say that." Because and then
He would be
Okay,
the
I'll-
guy that would like judge what movie you think that, you know what I mean? Like, no, there's way like more campier horror movies than that, you know, like the Jack Black.
No, that movie's too good. Give me that back.
No.
I got some better. I got some worse for you.
All right.
Let me ask y'all some baseball questions since y'all are baseball guys.
Yeah.
How many different stadiums have y'all been to? Because that's one of my favorite things is to visit stadiums and watch the game.
Can I just get this out of the way? I've only been to like 3 stadiums, and 2 of them were in Pittsburgh, so it's kind of embarrassing. We had like friends growing up that his dad took him to, and his son took him to like every year they went to another park, and like me and my dad were just like, we don't need to do that. I don't know why. So so we just went to our games. Although I heard that Kansas City had like a waterfall, and I kind of wanted to see that. But no, I did make it to Camden Yards in 1994. Saw Cal Ripken play.
Nice.
That was pretty cool.
I have been to a decent amount. I don't mean to like one up Bob or whatever, but I made a list. I went through.
That'll be your last time.
I've been I've been to 13 stadiums, present and past, not including minor league or spring training stadiums.
Well, can I make a suggestion to you, Mark?
Yes, go ahead.
Next year, assuming there's a national, and we'll talk national here in a minute, and assuming Bob can go, which I can't imagine he wouldn't, you got to take him to either the White Sox or the Cubs game.
Yeah, I'll take him to a White Sox game. Absolutely.
Will you take me to a White Sox game?
I'll see if I have time.
If we can get enough super chat money, I can get.
I was just about to say, let's start another super chat.
Let's start another super chat. But
I like this. Just asking people for money, man.
So yeah, I've been to you actually just referred to, of all the stadiums I've been to, the most underrated, the one I've never heard anyone say anything nice about. It's not my favorite, but it like shocked me, was Kauffman Stadium for the Royals. I was sitting in there and I couldn't believe how nice it was.
I love it.
I've never heard anyone say anything nice about it, and it was really nice. But my favorite park I've ever been to is PNC. PNC was it was awesome.
Nice.
I really liked it. Cincinnati has a great one. Great American Ballpark. That was really nice. I went to, it was Bank One Ballpark at the time. The Padres have a really nice stadium. A lot of really nice stadiums now.
My favorite ballpark is the Padres.
Yeah. That's probably my second favorite.
It's unbelievable. Well, it's San Diego, right? I mean,
right,
so
exactly.
That wins right there, but it's really, really cool. Boston is great. It's an absolute shithole, but it is awesome. I don't know how to describe it other than that.
That also applies to Wrigley. It's not like, it's just like a dump, but it took me a while to acknowledge that, like, okay, the historical significance of this stadium is really cool. As much as it pains me to say, but it is a dump. Like, the seats aren't even oriented towards home plate. Like, you think that's a minor detail? But you're sitting there like at a 45-degree angle to your seat, and there's no good food there, and they sell old style, like, but it's pretty freaking cool that stadium is still around. And it's in the middle of like tons of fun stuff to do. All right, I'm done saying anything nice about the Cubs.
You're done? That's it? No more Cubs niceness?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about Chicago a little bit, because the National is supposed to be there next year. Are you both planning on going?
Yes.
I'll see if I have any time.
Dude, I plan on crashing in your hotel room again. Bob Lewis don't buy hotel rooms. I just crash on people's floors.
Yeah, I invited Bob to stay with me at the last National, and we had never met. And he didn't murder me, and I didn't steal his Brady card. So it was.
I actually had like one of the most sustained belly laughs ever. Well, it had in a long time. So that's how I knew it was. That's how I knew it was real.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Was that the "we just became best friends" moment?
Yeah, maybe.
That tingling sensation you get in your feet.
Subsequently, though, it's been pretty rocky, but at the time, it was like, this is meant to be.
A little tiff. We have a little tiff
outs right now.
Well, tell me how all of this. I mean, it's hard to not
go ahead, Mark.
You guys in a plurality. You know, it's Bob and Mark. You know, and y'all have built a name and a reputation as being kind of two guys working together and doing great stuff together. But your individual YouTube journeys, how did those start?
Go ahead,
and
Mark.
Hear how
we actually, if you're referring to both of us, we prefer Mark and Bob, because B and BM, like that's not. We prefer
accurate,
MB,
but probably not the best.
Yeah.
I had been watching YouTube videos for a bit and kind of getting, like I said, I was getting back in the hobby in 2014, and I came across like Mike O's channel, Tops 85 401, and what's his big channel that he's
Baseball Card Junkies.
Baseball Card Junkies TV. Yeah, I was watching them. Anyway, I learned about what the National was, and I saw some videos, and I was like, oh, I should go to the one in Chicago. You know, it's not too far from me. And thanks, Pepino. Appreciate it.
As long as I'm ace.
And I decided to go to the National, and I had no idea what to expect, and like I wasn't meeting anybody there. And I was standing in line to get in, and I saw Mike O walk by me. And I was like, I was kind of like starstruck. I was like, that's a YouTube celebrity, you know? And he's like talking to people, hey, how's it going? Hey, yeah. And he walked in, and then I got my pickups, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to jump in. I'm just going to make my channel. And I made probably like the worst baseball card YouTube channel video of all time. It was horrible. I was like so uncomfortable, and like, it's so bad. It's so bad. But that's how it started back in, like, I think it was, summer of 2017. That's how it started for me.
Cool. I was watching. I was a commenter for about a year. So I think I was looking up. So I started watching like break videos. That was my first thing, like searching out people opening up product that I could never afford to open up, you know? And I think just through
like
that,
Boxing Day and stuff like that.
exactly. Nowadays, it's yeah, this is 2020. This was 2 years ago when okay. So and then I would get recommended. I got recommended Silver Jackify's 20 most ridiculous cards.
Please stop.
and and then I heard him reference like Ray from Philly, and then I was like, Ray from Philly had his own channel, and he referenced Mike O, and this Mike O guy had his channel, and then I would see people in the comments, and you could click on their name and go to their channel. So I just was seeing this little community unfold, and enjoyed enjoyed kind of just taking part in it. Even as a commenter, you can get a lot out of that. And then I think I kept hearing like, how do you get started as a new YouTuber? And it was essentially just make a video, right? So I had a Bowman 2018 Bowman jumbo box with the Otani chase, and I figured I would record it with my dad, and that became my first video.
Thanks, Four Leaf.
Dude, stop. Stop.
And then the two of you guys getting together, the bromance that is.
Yeah, I had made a video, like my first memory of like interaction was I had made a video, a Captain Obvious video, about how to insert a card into a soft sleeve into a top loader, and he had just commented plainly, we need more videos like this on YouTube. So then at that time it was still like every person that clicked, if it was a new person, that I would go check him out. And yeah, he had some strange videos on there. They were all terrible, but I saw potential in him, so I wanted to kind of bring him under my wing a little bit. And it wasn't long after that I was receiving texts from those back pages saying there's a new Bob Lewis.
And it proved incorrect, but at the time it looked like I was on that path.
Yeah. Yeah.
I discovered Bob's channel. I discovered Bob's channel, Andy, Nostalgic About Baseball. He was like one of the first guys that I connected with.
That's right.
And I forget, I talked to him on the phone. He was the first YouTube guy I talked to on the phone, and I think that was when he was like, have you seen Bob Lewis? Because like he makes pretty dumb videos too, and like you should check him out. He's like the only other guy who's making these like dumb videos. And obviously everybody knows Pepino Man. Like I knew who he was. And I was like, no. And I watched it, and I was like, I don't really care for this guy, whatever. But then somebody gave me his number, and then I was like, no. I watched his videos, and I was like, okay, this guy's having fun too. Like, this is awesome. And then I went out on a limb, and I was like, dude, me and this guy have a hotel at the National. You're welcome to join. And I told my my wife, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm staying with a couple guys. And she's like, what do you mean a couple guys? I thought you were meeting up with Tyler. I'm like, oh, I'm meeting up with this anonymous YouTube guy that I've never met in person. It'll probably be fine. And she's like, are you serious? But we hit it off. It was fine. But everybody says, and it's true, like when you meet somebody from that you've watched videos on YouTube in real life, it's not like you don't know them. You know what I mean? Like you don't really know them.
Weird.
But pretty much every time you talk to somebody, it's like, oh, I feel like I've already been hanging out with you. Like you get a really good kind of sense for a person's personality. I mean, technically, Bob could have been a serial killer, but he didn't. He didn't kill me. So
that's next year.
That's next year, right?
I resisted. This is all big setup.
He's got big plans.
The thing y'all are doing now, and I'm not trying to blow smoke or anything, but the cardboard podcast that you guys are doing is, I think, absolutely genius. And for those of you watching this or may watch it on the replay, and you're not listening to the cardboard podcast either on YouTube,
probably not.
You should be, because it's hilarious, and I think y'all work really well together. It's very funny, and
thanks, Mike.
Kudos to you guys for what you're doing.
I appreciate it. I mean, honestly, it's we would do it, well, we do it with 6 people listening, but it's just we're just having fun with it, and I feel like there's other people that want to have fun with the with the hobby. But your podcast, man, it's awesome. I have just a couple podcasts about any subject in my like auto download and notification, and yours is in it. I catch every single one.
Thank you. It's been fun. It's a different vibe, than a video.
What's going on here?
But hey,
yeah, we need to start talking trash on each other. That's what we need to do.
I was complimenting you too, Bob, backhandedly.
Oh, all right.
As it might be. But Bob, we know you're the genius behind the Cardboard Podcast.
Absolutely. Can I talk about the inception of the Cardboard Podcast? I don't mean to air my dirty laundry.
That's pretty good.
I think this is kind of funny. So I think of this idea. I'm really bored. I'm going crazy at home. It's like, I'm going to do a podcast. Everyone's doing a podcast, whatever. I'm just going to do a podcast. We're doing the fanny packing every time that I go to the National Caesar. That's happening. So I text Bob, and it's like, hey man, I want to do a podcast. You want to like hop on and I'll record it. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'll figure it out or whatever. And it was, I forget the exact moment, but it was like, what are we doing next? And I was thinking like Bob was going to be my first guest, but I didn't make it clear that he was a guest and not a co-host. But immediately, like the second I read the text, was like, this wouldn't work at all without Bob doing it. Me and Bob doing it. Like I have nothing to talk about. I have no hobby knowledge. Bob is encyclopedic knowledge of the hobby. I feel like we work well together, but it was just funny where it was like he kind of invited himself, but the universe a lot, like it was just the obvious move. It was like, I can't believe I didn't even think, because I didn't think he would want to commit to anything. And then it turns out, we just do like one every couple months. So it's not too much of a commitment, but at the time,
I didn't want you to blow it, man.
Yeah.
I saw an opportunity and I just figured he's going to need
But it was
help.
funny. It was like, wait, he wants to do this with me? Done.
No, it was, and I probably read it wrong on purpose. And,
no, I was confused.
I don't know. I think it came along at just the right time for me. You know how you get after 18 months or whatever I was on, maybe even closer to 2 years. It was time for the kind of an upgrade, or if you call it that, but just something new, like a new way to think about it, and maybe just to get some stranger ideas out there.
If Bob wasn't on the podcast, though, like it would not work at all. It would not work.
I actually agree with that, Mark. Sorry.
We balance each other well. I'll say that.
This is the first time the three of us have been on YouTube publicly since Hobby Palooza.
Very true.
Is this a bathroom break time for me? Because I don't know if I can relive this. I'm starting to get some weird vibes.
There are still people that ask me, they're like, was that a whole shtick? And I'm like, it was not a shtick. It was totally improv. Oh crap, everything's going bad. How do we fix this moment? And people don't believe me. They think it was
actually my background for that, and it's like triggering me. And Bob this right when he put that jacket on with the patch, that's when my internet went out. That was the exact moment he was going like this. I'm like starting to get triggered now.
It all worked out.
That was like the most awkward 15 seconds. I looked at the clock and was like, I can't do this for 31 more minutes.
That was when I texted Mike my StreamYard login with my password. I was like, dude, I'm out. I'm done. Like, you got to
came back
to
destroy your headphones twice.
I did. And
pretty cool.
I did. When I showed my wife the clip of me breaking my headphones, she was laughing so hard she was crying. And I was like, oh, good. I'm glad that's your takeaway, not that your husband has an anger problem. And she kept saying, please replay it. I want to see it again. And I saved the headphones are over there somewhere. Like I saved them. I'm going to do something with them. It's at some point.
I'm glad you got new ones. That's
I did these, and I can't break these. These are too nice.
So as you guys have both said, you have watched YouTube for a long time, even before you started making your own content.
Yep.
Who are some of the kind of go-to channels, the kind of stalwart channels that you guys enjoy, and then maybe some newer channels that you're starting to check out?
I have a very long list. Honestly, it's like too long. I can't keep up with it. I have lost my I gotta stop reading the chat because it's throwing me off. Like Pino's comment. It's honestly there's like too many people to even mention. Like our community is so huge that the stalwarts, as you say, like there's so many to me that are stalwarts. But from new channels, like I was thinking about this a bit. There's a guy, he's kind of weird, but he does these like really long streams. I don't know if he's actually Amish, but it's Amish Dave Archer, and he seems like he's pretty new to the community, and I like his channel quite a bit. And then there's
you got a long way to go, but he's a lot of potential there.
I don't really understand the like Amish thing with like a live stream. That seems like a weird juxtaposition. Like, are they allowed to live stream stuff? I don't know, but he's pretty good.
Beard.
But Natsman72, he's a guy who's actually relatively new. But other than that, I haven't. And Natsman72, I've been watching for a few months. But other than that, I haven't really been able to find, explore in the community. Like it's kind of like outgrown what I can keep up with.
Isn't that true? I mean, that's not an untrue statement for a lot of us. That there's only so much time in the day, right? And so, absolutely, my feed is. I mean, if I wanted to have YouTube as my full-time job to watch YouTube all the time, I could keep up. But it's hard for sure. Bob, what about you?
So I have a couple guys that I would like to shout out. If this is that time, I mean, stalwarts. Nobody. They
Wait, are you taking notes? You don't do this when we do podcasts.
I got a notebook.
Looks like you're like looking at something, but you're always like,
I told you, man. Like I can't remember these people's names like on the spot. So my first one is, these are newer to me, right? Hoops and Homers, 65 subs. We can do better there. Great father-son channel. Collects a lot of the same stuff, basketball and baseball. So I like that. And then Cy Guy 29, CYGUY 29, 27 subs. And he's just starting a new thing, Crafts and Cards, where he drinks a craft beer and shows cards. Real down to earth, just kind of a turn the camera on and go. And then I'd like to mention some other channels here. Bald Rhino, Brad 8671, BD Kane 721, and Back to the Cardboard.
That's a lot of B channels. You didn't get much further down the alphabet. You
just did it alphabetically, didn't you?
You noticed that? No, I was really shocked when that came together like that, but they are all B's. But they're A channels.
Where did you guys grow up? We're going beyond cardboard now. It's the name of this show. So,
West Virginia, Wellsburg, West Virginia, above the Mason-Dixon line though, so not real West Virginia.
I grew up in LaGrange, Illinois, about 15 to 17 minutes, depending on traffic, southwest of downtown Chicago.
Wow, that's very specific.
So not Chicago. Like if I say I'm from Chicago and I meet someone who's actually from Chicago, they would be really upset. So I'm from the suburbs.
Bob, what do you do for a living? Because we know Mark doesn't really have a job, but
I am a maintenance man. General maintenance man.
Okay. But you could travel all over the country and stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, some days I can be changing light bulbs, and then other weeks or months I can be setting up new offices. So it's been a down year for setting up new offices. So I've been changing a lot of light bulbs.
Mark?
I do YouTube for a living. I'm just waiting to get to 1,000 subscribers. And then
we're trying to get both channels to 1,000.
I actually hit 1,000 recently on my my main channel. I'm doing a giveaway. I'm doing a giveaway And
dude, no, that's not the time.
yeah, I know it's not the time. That's why I'm not getting into the specifics. But
Okay, good.
you know, I just hit 1,000, so I thought it was pretty cool.
Congrats. That's a huge milestone.
Crazy.
Thanks. And now I'm legit. Now I'm full time.
Yeah, now you can go live. You can go live on your phone now, man.
I actually have 562 subscribers, but I'm not counting.
Gotcha.
You have as many subscribers as you want.
Yeah,
That's true.
Make it up.
That's true.
So both of you guys are married, right?
Not to each other, but yeah.
Oh, no, right.
Well, it kind of sounded like that the way you said that.
How long have you been married?
I just hit my 7-year anniversary on Monday, the October 26th. So 7 years.
Happy anniversary.
What year is it?
Thank you.
2020.
He got 10 years, I think.
6. I'm at 6. October 3rd, 2014.
And you have 14 kids already? How does that work?
I have 2 kids.
Feels like 14 though, doesn't
it? At this stage, it feels like 14. Yes, but I have 2.
I got a third one coming in May. Just throwing that out there,
dude. I'm just throwing this out there. And I don't mean to ask you this publicly, but does this mean, like, what are the odds you go to the national?
It's so that'll be what? All of May, all of June, all of July, mostly end of July, right? Beginning of August.
Yeah. I asked you that. Pretty good, you said.
Yeah,
I asked you that jokingly, and I was like, you know what? I probably shouldn't ask you that.
No, it's a genuine question. Now that other cat is out of the satchel,
there's no national without Bob Lewis. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, I think I could squeeze like a Friday, Saturday, like just like I kind of did last time. Even leave
longer than I did.
Right. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Came home Saturday like at 11 on a bus.
You guys know you can't just go one day to the national.
Yeah, you can't.
You cannot go one day to the national. It's
better than going.
Be that guy.
But
no, if you can go, right? Is that what you just said?
If it's one day or nothing, go. But
yeah, right.
if it's like, I wonder if I should go for one or more, it's you have to go. So the last one, I think I did the early part, not the like VIP part, but was that like Wednesday?
Yeah.
What's up, W Vogs 18? They just asked for a high, so I wanted to high him up.
Hey, W Vogs 18, what's up, dude?
He's been sending Hitman 23 like 18 care packages a day. It seems like it's awesome.
Yeah, you got to go for. I did the evening part of Wednesday and then all of Thursday and like the first half of Friday, and by the time I left, I felt like I was rushing around to like, tie up loose ends and get the cards. I think you need ideally. I think you need 3 full days at the national, and then you need like 7 days to recover from the soles of your feet feeling like they're, I don't know, being stabbed.
You shouldn't have wore those wooden clogs, man. That was dumb.
I know, that was really dumb. That was really stupid.
Question for you about your spouses. 2 questions. How do they feel about obviously the hobby itself and your collecting? And second, how do they feel about YouTube and you doing YouTube?
Am I going first?
You are.
You like
that was the nod.
My wife
he's allowing you to go first.
That's right. My wife is very supportive of me. She doesn't give a crap about sports at all. But I like to show her stuff like the video. I didn't get many views or whatever, but I did a video like in my closet, and the whole joke was that my wife like made me move my collection in the closet. Like that wasn't true, but I showed it to her and she's like, I didn't do that. She's super supportive of both of the hobby and YouTube. It's kind of the same thing to her. Really, the only conversation we ever have is she'll be like, what was that noise? When I'm like making a video. Like, yeah, trust me, you don't want to know. Like, it's not interesting to you. Like, why were you slamming your desk and yelling? Like, it makes sense. Trust me, it makes sense. I'm set. It's a satire thing. Like, don't worry about it. But she's always supportive of it, but she doesn't get it at all.
my wife is supportive. She's into like if she sees that I'm really into it and she wants to support that. I missed that comment, but that's
I don't
all
think
right.
harem was spelled correctly. But last time I corrected the spelling of Jason, he owned me really bad, so I probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah, you shouldn't cross
Sorry,
him
Bob.
ever.
I didn't mean to interrupt, dude.
It's all good. My wife's essentially what I'm saying is she supports it. She's done a couple pack opening videos with me. She's recorded me doing idiotic things and trashing me in between takes, just saying I can't believe people don't think you're an idiot. And I said,
I've gotten that.
they
exact-
do.
I've gotten that. Like,
Like
they
when
definitely do.
I think the last dumb video I did, well, no, I can't say the last one. One of the most recent dumb videos I did was the mail day. All I did when I opened up the mail was, and she's just like behind the camera, like shaking her head. So.
Dude, I'm trying to breach that because I feel there's so many ideas that wouldn't work unless someone's holding a camera, and like I can't do it, man. I just like I don't think I'm gonna be able to be like the total idiot that I am with my wife holding the camera. Like it's the same thing. It doesn't matter the idea, but like all right, hold the camera, and I'm gonna be like a tops executive. Like she's gonna be like, okay. Whatever.
And then the divorce papers are
Yeah,
next
exactly. I was gonna make that joke, and
How long do I have to do this?
Yeah. Exactly.
Bob, you mentioned you played football when you were younger. I'm gonna guess you were either a tight end or like a linebacker or something.
I was a tight end and a defensive end. Yeah, I mean, in high school, in college, I was a tight end 1 year, but growing up, I was always the big kid, so I was always just a lineman.
Yeah, because people don't know when they'll meet you at the national. You're incredibly tall, 7'4".
I mean, like
Bro, I
First time
think
he's ever heard it.
monstrous.
he's never heard that before.
I'm getting shorter by the year, though.
Yeah, I get that too because you're 6'4", 6'5".
3
Okay,
in a smidge,
6'3".
depending upon if I got my stilettos on or not,
There you go.
according to Pepino.
Thanks for sending those to me in a care package, by the way. They fit great. Those stilettos are fantastic. And Julie likes them too, let me tell you.
Yeah, they're wide.
What other sports did you guys play when you were younger?
Well,
Mark,
why don't you guess what football position I played?
Mark, you don't seem to have a whole lot of athletic talent that I can tell. But
You would be surprised. I was like an average. I had average athletic ability. I played football. I was a linebacker. I was a wide receiver. And then sophomore year, the coach said I was too fat to be in the middle of practice. He said, "You're too big to play cornerback. Get over here at fullback." And then I quit the next day because I'm like, this is horrible. Played a little baseball. I swam all through high school. Not an exceptional athlete, but I might.
Did you shave your body?
I did. Well, I shaved my head.
to be a good swimmer.
Yeah. Every year I shave my head. But yeah, I was. You'd be shocked at how average I was in athletic competitions.
This is true of. Wait, let me find it. This is from Ty. The hobby was a quote waste of money, according to our spouses, from 1990 to 2019, and then in 2020, it's like you guys are geniuses. Like
I have not been accused of
Good
being
point.
at all.
I told Julie what's going on in the hobby, and she's like, "We'll sell everything." I'm like, "Doesn't." Then what? I mean, I can't just sell it.
Yeah, I've sold some stuff, and I've done pretty, considering. So that's a good feeling to be able to add. We bought a bed, like remodeled some kitchen.
I don't know why it's so funny.
We bought a bed. It sounds like that.
Bought
a Zoo movie.
I moved to Ichiro and I bought a bed.
It's a pretty good deal to
trade. Pretty good deal on me.
me. Yeah.
Well, I'm wondering. We haven't seen a whole lot of questions from the audience.
They don't want to know anything about it.
They're like, they're just trying to figure out. Do these guys?
Dave just asked a question. So you were too fat for cornerback, but svelte enough to be a swimmer, Mark. That's a fair question, but it worked. It worked. I was a sprinter in swimming. I did fine. I was average. Okay.
You were a 50 freestyle guy.
I did the 100 free. Yeah.
You're free. Look at you.
That's right.
I was a wrestler. I was pretty good as a kid.
Yeah.
Won the state championship at 10 in West Virginia.
Seriously?
And actually, yeah. And then at 9, I came in second at the Junior Olympics Middle Atlantic Championship.
That's awesome. Is there any footage of this?
Oh yeah, there is. Dude, I have grand archival footage of Bob Lewis. I have to it's all on it's all VHS, man.
That's a solid comment.
So if I get technically sound anyways, I was distracted. I missed it here, so when I miss it here, I look over here, but then I'm like 5 seconds behind what's really going on, so it doesn't help me.
It was a good one.
I forget what we were talking about. Wrestling. I wore singlets.
And what hobbies do you guys have now besides cards? What else do you do for fun?
I am currently restoring a 2000 Dodge Neon and converting it into a race car. That's the end of my answer. Bob, what are your other hobbies?
Yeah, because I'm sure there's more to come on that. I enjoy. I just started sort of taking up something like that. Kind of jogged my memory. Like I found an old stool that I want to kind of have some artistic ability, and I want to draw on it and make it like sports related. But I like music a lot. I like movies. I collect a lot of DVDs and records and stuff. So,
who's your favorite band?
Or
genre?
I'm a big White Stripes fan. They don't make music anymore, but
I'm going to Wichita.
Yeah, Jack. I mean, Jack. I like anything with a guitar, and I just kind of hit me right at the right time in late '90s and early 2000s. So that's kind of where I'd always have a soft spot for me.
Y'all are like, this sucks. Can we talk about cards some more? Right?
No, I mean,
no, I'm not thinking that.
Now, Mark, I heard a rumor about you that you were trying to get into professional cornhole playing.
I wasn't trying. I penetrated the market. I did it. It was done. I achieved the pinnacle.
You achieved penetration.
You reached the climax of that.
I reached the climax and the pinnacle of the cornhole community, and there was nothing else to achieve, so I retired.
Let's go back to talking about music.
Yeah, I talk about music.
Well, guys, it's the time of the show where we're going to move on to rapid fire because we've been on an hour, and I'm sure, people are ready to go to bed or whatever. But y'all ready for rapid fire?
So do we both answer at the same time, or let's not do the alternating thing? STOF, you go first every time.
Oh, okay.
Since y'all are good buddy, I wish I had prepped you guys better, because this would be funny to do like a dating game type thing or newlywed game where you try to guess each other's answers.
That wouldn't do well, I don't think. We just keep it to the cards, man. Like, we're not friends outside. It's all an act. Our agent set us up, and
that's it.
All right. Well, same. I want you to answer at the same time. Then that's a good idea.
Scott is my agent, by the way.
Who's that?
Bing Scott is my agent, by the way. So
I thought Scott Morris was your agent. That's what I heard.
Guy's a punk. Okay. He's a bum.
All right, here we go. Y'all ready for rapid fire?
Absolutely not.
Okay, well, get ready whether you're ready or not. And I need these now because I got to read quickly. Favorite pizza topping?
Cheese.
Pepperoni.
Favorite ice cream flavor?
Mint chocolate chip.
Butter pecan.
Mustard or ketchup on your hot dog?
Mustard.
Mustard. Don't put ketchup on your hot dog, guys. Come on.
It's un-American.
Do you drink coffee?
Yep.
Yes.
Do you drink it with creamer or do you drink it black?
Black.
Cream, sugar.
Black.
Are you a good dancer?
What do
No.
you think?
I think yes. You're a former swimmer.
You are incorrect.
Next year at the National, we're gonna have we're gonna have like Dancing with the YouTube Stars. We
Oh
should do. Oh my gosh, that's an idea.
I will be a judge. I'm not doing it.
Dancing with the YouTube. Stars.
Depending on how drunk you get me before.
Okay, well, you're well on your way tonight, so you could start dancing now.
I'm drinking apple juice. I don't know what you're talking about.
What's your middle name?
Douglas.
Eric.
What was your first car?
2003 Volkswagen GTI.
93 Buick Century.
That's a lady.
That was a beast.
Yeah.
It was an old lady car. Yeah, for sure.
10 inches.
I didn't say how old the ladies were you were snagging, but just what kind of car do you drive now?
Minivan.
I drive a super old Lexus.
Super old Lexus. All
Super
right.
old, 2004.
That is super old.
I love it. It's like driving a couch. It's the best car I've ever owned.
What's your favorite video game?
Huh?
Favorite video game?
The first Zelda. Nintendo Zelda.
This is rapid fire, so I don't want to think. Super Mega Baseball is my current favorite video game that I play.
Do you prefer beer or liquor?
Beer.
Liquor. I love beer. It's like picking my favorite kid. That's not a fair question.
Who is your favorite kid? That's the next question. No.
STOFs.
What's your favorite candy bar?
Butterfinger.
Snickers.
Favorite cereal?
Wheat Chex.
Frosted Flakes.
Favorite soda?
Diet Coke.
Ginger ale.
Do y'all notice how a lot of these are food related? You can tell on the TV. Right?
I brought fruit snacks and then I couldn't find them. I don't know. I was going to eat fruit snacks.
What is your favorite board game?
Scrabble.
Battleship.
Good one. Favorite movie franchise?
I don't have a favorite movie franchise. Like, is a sequel, does that count? If there's only two?
Sure.
Wayne's World.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings.
Nice. What's your favorite Lord of the Rings movie?
The first one, Fellowship.
See, mine's the third one.
I don't have one. I watched them all once, like way after they came out. Don't have one.
Yours is the fourth one.
He's a Hobbit guy.
Sure.
What's your favorite sport to play?
Wiffle ball.
Paper football.
What's your favorite sport to watch?
Baseball.
Man, I don't get to watch a lot of baseball, but like watching Game 4 of the series, that I was just unbelievable. So like when I can watch it, it's baseball, but it ends up being football most of the time.
B-Route6 asked what my favorite vegetable is. I actually discussed this with my wife tonight. It's got to be carrot. It's got to be carrot.
What's your favorite potato chip or chip?
Flaming Hot Cheetos.
The salt and vinegar chips from Jimmy John's,
Those
or
are
any
so good.
or any kettle cooked.
Those are the Jimmy John's ones are so good. Yeah. Made in Champaign, Illinois.
Yeah. My favorite YouTuber,
Myself.
Zombie Collector.
Zombie Collector.
We go like our love affair goes way back.
Myself.
Answer the first part of this comment.
On top, number one.
On top. Oh, what's your favorite position?
You're making it weird, dude.
Right field.
That's not what he's talking about.
Oh, to film baseball card videos.
No, I just think he's saying, what's your favorite position?
Crotch position.
Yes.
You don't have a cucumber, man.
Shot.
I'm so glad this is late night, right?
Yeah.
Just delete it, dude. After this, just delete it.
Late night.
What is this isn't going on playback. So if you were here, you were very lucky. We're not.
And people will be talking about it like, did you catch it live? I did. Oh, you should post that. I missed it.
What was the last movie you cried at?
Man, I know there was one, but I can't think of it.
I think I cried at Les Mis, the one with Russell Crowe, but I was really messed up. That was a long time ago.
Is there a movie that you watch now that you cry at every time?
Man, the natural and the music and the shots, the scenes where it's supposed to make yours give you goosebumps. It always does still.
Yeah,
that was my sappy thing.
I had one recently that I teared up at, and I can't remember what it was. I was probably just having a rough day, to be honest. But I definitely have cried at movies, but I just off the top of my head I can't think of what it was.
Hey, Dad, you guys want to have a catch? I mean, that every time on Field of Dreams, right? Cue the waterworks. Cue the waterworks. That's it, guys. You made it through an episode of Beyond Cardboard without embarrassing yourselves. So
can I say the what everybody says? I can't believe it's over already. I mean, it went
wow,
so quick.
An hour went by already. I can't believe
my
it.
goodness!
It
felt like we just got started.
I can't believe it.
Let's go!
Let's go! Let's go!
You can so do better than having that on your show, on your screen.
Unfortunately, I cannot do better than that.
Good grief. And that's a bald, ugly son of a bitch right there.
I don't think so.
But we'll bald for sure.
Yes, bald, yes.
We'll all be one day.
Someday. Not Mark. That looks like hair that's like a helmet.
I have so many problems, but hair is like, this isn't going anywhere. But besides that, like everything else is in shambles.
Well, final thoughts, guys. Throw out whatever you want. You get the final words here.
You want to go first, Bob, and I'll go second?
I mean, I'm just going to say what you say, so you might as well just talk first.
I just want everybody out there, if I connect with one person, just have some fun. Have some fun with the hobby. Have some fun making videos. Don't take yourself so seriously. You can do that, just not every time. Just once in a while, like, be goofy, have some fun, and make some friends. And new to your pets. That's all I got.
That's pretty good.
Thanks, Bob Barker.
No, yeah, I think if you were on the fence about making videos, the advice that was given to me was just make it, be yourself, and don't be open to new ideas and dreams. All right, that's good. Dream big. Vote. Go vote.
Go vote. That's something we didn't talk about tonight. Who did everyone vote for? I voted early today. You guys want to talk about it?
No. But hey, guys, thanks for doing this. Seriously.
Thank you.
I consider you both just great guys in the community. You're good friends to me, and I appreciate it. And thanks for coming on the show.
Should I make this more like? Should I make this now a thing that I do? I'm kind of digging this.
This is taken though. This one's taken.
Yeah, Garrett does the whole whatever.
Yeah, mine's just more like.
So people are wanting an after party. I think Mark should go live.
Oh,
definitely Mark.
I'll go live. I gotta go pee first though. I'll get us set up here.
What's your channel name so people know where to go?
I don't STOF Investor. The people we want there, they'll find it.
Right.
Type in STOF Investor. I don't know.
Do it.
All right.
Go live for the after party.
We'll do
Thanks, Mike.
And
thanks,
everybody.
Thanks,
Mike. Thanks for having us.
If you miss it, if you're watching on the replay, you don't get to go to the after party. It'll be over.
You don't get to do it.
All right, guys. Y'all take care. Y'all can. What do I say at the end of my videos?
Have fun.
Apparently,
keep collecting.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh yeah. Yo and hello.
Always learning. Yo and goodbye. Yo and goodbye, everybody.
You guys suck. Whatever.
Collecting.
There you go. See you guys.